In this episode, you'll discover the one question to ask before any hard decision, why your thoughts are not the same as you, and a small practice to help you hear your own voice again this week. Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast, a podcast helping women in career and life transitions achieve clarity on their next steps so they can transform uncertainty into an energizing next chapter. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. If you're wondering what's next in your career or life, you are in the right place. Through solo and guest episodes, you'll gain practical tips, tools, and inspiration to help you uncover blocks, gain confidence, and be, do, and have what you want. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome back to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. It's your coach Kavita with your Thursday check-in. On Monday, I had the most beautiful conversation with Gail Harris, a memoirist who helps women write their stories. And what stayed with me long after we stopped recording was not the writing piece, it was everything underneath it. That idea that somewhere along the way, so many of us stop hearing our own voice, not because it went away, but because we stopped listening. If that episode sat with you the way it sat with me, today's check-in is going to go a little deeper. Because Monday was the why, and today I want to give you the how. One practice, one question, something you can actually do this week. Here it is. Before any decision you're sitting with right now, pause and ask yourself one question. Which part of me is speaking? That is the whole practice. Before you do anything else, before you ask anyone else, before you try to figure it out on paper, you ask yourself, which part of me is speaking right now? Because here is what I have noticed in my own life and in my work with clients. When we are in a transition, whether that is a career shift, a relationship change, an empty nest, a health moment, we do not have a shortage of voices. We have too many. The voice of the worried part of us, the voice of what other people might think, the voice that says it's too late or too much or too risky, the voice that keeps replaying old stories about who we are allowed to be. And then somewhere underneath all of that, there's another one, another voice. It's quieter and steadier. It does not shout. It doesn't push. It just knows. Gail calls it the heart. I sometimes call it your inner wisdom or inner mentor. Different words, same thing. The part of you that has been there the whole time, watching everything, holding everything, and waiting for you to turn towards it. So let me make this real for a moment. Imagine you are sitting with a decision this week. Maybe you're thinking about leaving a role that once fit you and no longer does. Maybe you are thinking about going back to something you loved before life got loud. Maybe something inside of you is reorganizing and you can't even name it yet, but you know something is shifting. And you notice you feel stuck. You go in circles, you make a decision, and then you unmake it. You ask 3 friends and you get 3 different answers. And this, my friend, is the moment to pause. You do not need to push harder. You do not need to make a longer pros and cons list. The answer you're looking for is not coming from more effort. It is waiting for the space you have not given it yet. And so ask the question, which part of me is speaking right now? Is it the part of me that is afraid of being judged? Is it the part of me that does not want to disappoint anyone? Is it the part of me that still believes that the old story that I am not ready or not qualified or not the kind of woman who does this? Or is it the part of me that feels calm when I think about it? The part that feels like home? What feels true when I am calm, not just when I am scared? So here's the shift. You do not need to silence the other voices. They're not the enemy. They're often just the parts of you that have been trying to keep you safe for a very long time. You can thank them and still not follow them. Because clarity doesn't come from pressure, it comes from presence. And when you start asking which part of you is speaking, you create a tiny bit of space between you and the noise. In that space, your own voice gets to come forward. You are not the fear that comes up when you think about this. You are not the worry that has been keeping you up all night. You are not the inherited thoughts you never chose. You are the one noticing all of it, and the one noticing is the one that you can trust. So here's what I want you to sit with this week. Pick one decision, one situation, one conversation you have been replaying. And before you do anything about it, pause and ask yourself, which part of me is speaking right now? Write it down if that helps. Say it out loud if it helps more. And then ask a second question. What does the quieter part of me have to say about this? You might be surprised by what comes through when you stop asking everyone else and start asking yourself. If this is the season where you're learning to come home to your own voice again, I want to invite you to download my free 28 Days to Building Confidence guide. It's a short daily practice to help you reconnect with yourself after years of pouring into everyone else. The link is in the show notes. And remember, my friend, you get to decide what comes next. So say it with me and say it with confidence. It's my time now.